God, Florida's got some big boys. It is one thing to see it on film, and another thing to see it in person. Todd's done a really good job putting this roster together. They got size everywhere. Those guys play hard, and obviously one of our keys going into this game was rebounding. They out-rebounded us by 22, and to me that was the difference when you get that many more possessions. And I know we turned them over, but when you get that many second looks at the basket, it's really tough to continue to fight. But with that, I was really proud. I'm not a big moral victory guy, but I told our team after the game I was proud of their fight to be on the road against one of the best teams in the country. They went on a pretty good run there in the midway through the second half, but to continue to fight and show the urgency that our guys showed was impressive. And I think games like this, even though we came up short, are going to help us win. We got at Houston coming up, we got Georgia, we got Texas A&M in neutral, we got at Dayton. We got a tough schedule, and these games, the more reps you get, the more comfortable you are in those big moments. So I was pleased with our effort. The ball didn't going as much as I would have liked, and that a lot of that was due to Florida's pressure. They did a really good job pressuring us. But overall, I mean, you can't ask for anything else. When a team like Florida shoots 31 free throws and out-rebounds you by 22, and it comes down to a one-possession, one-shot game, I'm pleased with our guys and their fight.
You picked on your own defense at times in the first two games. What did you think of the effort this evening that they gave, and also just speeding them up and turning them over?
Yeah, the effort was there. The discipline was not always there, but some of it, our style is an organized chaos. We're going to run and jump. We're going to trap. We're going to blitz. We're going to make an offense feel that nervousness at times, which I thought we did. They turned it over 18 times, but part of that, there's a science behind what we're trying to do defensively, and part of it all did with some gambles. But we gave up too many, lob dunks behind the play. As we run and jump and trap, there's always someone that has to have the basket. I felt like too many times we stepped up to the ball, and they're so big behind the play that it was lob dunk after lob dunk, which obviously cost us, I don't know, I'll watch the film, but probably 8 to 10 points throughout the game. Overall, I was pleased with our defensive effort. I hate to simplify it, but I thought they tried, and we just got to be a little more disciplined on that side of the ball. Yeah, I thought McCray had just an okay game, and he put up 29 on the reigning national title at their place, which is so impressive. He's so talented. I know he's very down on himself right now, and I told him after the game I'll drop the same play for him. I'd let him shoot the same shot. I trust him, and he's a heck of a player. He has a great first step and athletic ability. I know he's frustrated in the first half. He missed some of those layups he thought that he should have made. He had quite a few turnovers in the first half, but to me the sky's the limit for Rob, and we're going to continue to trust him to lead our team.
When Rob has the ball down, do you teach him to drive like that, or would you rather him hold the ball and try to shoot for the last shot?
Yeah, part of the game plan, obviously, you can't manufacture size, and Florida is so much bigger than us and a lot of positions. So we tried to do our best to space them out as best as possible, and then trust our guards to attack. And Florida did a good job taking away our threes and making it really tough on our three-point attempts. So then you got to trust your guys to finish out the rim. And part of that design is not just let's do it in spurts, do it the whole game. And when the game's on the line, trust the game plan. So a lot of Rob attacking down the stretch, and when the game's on the line, we're going to live with that every day of the week. Your senior guard who can score at a high level, getting downhill and trying to make plays.
Look, so many new guys. What does it say that after a couple of cupcake wins, you play a really tough team and you play them down to the wire?
Yeah, again, I'm not a big moral victory guy, but Todd does such an incredible job coaching this team. He has this thing rolling. When he took over this job, it probably felt a lot like what I'm taking over. It's Coach Hamilton did such a good job for so long, but the last few years, Florida State's been down, and to come in, you feel like you got to build everything all at once, but it takes time and patience, and especially against a good opponent at their place, as well coached. But I'm sure I'll feel a little bit differently when I watch some of them mistakes on film, but I'm sitting up here a little pissed off, but I'm pleased with our effort that we could come within one possession of such a good team.
What kind of lifted Thomas out kind of midway through the second half? Like you guys, they were starting to get a foothold, and he kind of broke his basket. It's great kind of gets
Who is that? Can you?
Thomas out.
Oh yeah, no,
Number 10.
he's such a good player, man. I watching the film on these guys, I was thoroughly impressed. And obviously the two guards, you know, Boogie and Lee, and Condon gets all the respect, and it's well deserved. But 10 is to me the hardest worker on the team. He's the glue guy. He's the backbone. And when things get tough, usually those glue guys make big plays, and he made some huge plays. A couple of those drives. Florida does such a good job sealing your low man. It's supposed to protect the rim, which led to layups and dunks at the rim. And then at times when we did do our job as a low man, how he just made the right play and simple play over and over again. And those are the type of guys you need to win big games against good opponents.
You've talked about not calling a timeout, letting the team play through it during that 11-0 run. What were you hoping they did that they maybe didn't do that you then addressed it in a timeout?
Yeah, the coaches were screaming at me. I was hoping that we could figure it out. We obviously didn't, and I'm going to kick myself when I watch the film. But that's what good teams do. You let go of the rope for a half a second, and it's 10-0, 11-0 like that. And that's something I'll continue to monitor. But like I said, I try to give our guys a lot of freedom, and I want them to fight through some adversity. It's going to help us later in the season. I don't want to control the game for them. And at times I'm going to have to step in and do that. That was probably one of those times I should have called it maybe a possession or two earlier. But that's part of being a rookie coach. I'm going to make some mistakes just like our guys do. And I'll learn from them and get better.
With Rob, just what is the first meeting you saw the program make a consistent game one, more well-balanced game two, and then 29 tonight? What version do you want to see more of, and what can you be for this?
Yeah, I think Rob's unique and special in the sense that he can really score the ball, but he can really pass it. And obviously, he showed that in game one with 17 assists and 2 turnovers. Today, for our point guard, he turned it over too much, and he knows that. He was telling me that he was getting fouled. I'm like, Rob, listen, these are like legitimate guys. You're playing against grown men. Like, they're gonna bump you, and you got to be strong with the ball. And that's where those little things, I thought in the second half he did a really good job cleaning up. I'm not going to direct him to score more or pass more. I just want him to go out and play his game and lead the team, which I think he's doing a really good job of right now.
You guys have a full week until the next game. How good is that to have that much time off after a game like this? It's a good measuring stick for you guys.
I hate it. And that's probably the opposite of most coaches. I'm coming from the NBA where you play 4 games a week, and you play a tough game like this, and guess what? In 24 or 48 hours, you're lining up again, ready to go. But again, that's going to be an adjustment for me. I know we have a lot to clean up, regardless of who we play and our next opponent. We're just scratching the surface right now of how good this team can be. And even with that, we're fighting every night and against great opponents like Florida. Again, to come down to a 1-possession game with how many mistakes we made throughout that game, I think is a really good sign. And now we have 6 days of work to clean some of that up.
You played in this as a player, so what's it like to come back now as a coach, to deal with this rivalry, come to full circle and being a part of the atmosphere?
Yeah, I'd have a lot of respect, and obviously I'm not supposed to say that as a Florida State guy, but I have a lot of respect for Florida. They've been a good program for a long time, even back to those Donovan days, and obviously Todd has this thing going. This is a great atmosphere. The fans were intense. They were talking as much or maybe a little more than they should have been, but I love it. That fires me up as a coach. And I was trying to explain pregame. So we got a couple guys on our staff that also played in this game. We were trying to explain to the players how special it is to put this on and play against Florida. And you only get so many of these games. You play them once a year, and it's always hostile. It doesn't matter where it's at. It's usually a pretty good game, and that's what you hope for. A great game down the stretch where the game is on the line with shots and just seconds to go. That's what you want to sign up for.
Everybody all set?